Hello, future entrepreneurs. I see you out there huddled around your laptops, refreshing the US visa application page every 47 seconds. Well, stop the madness, because today I'll guide you through the process of registering your company in the United States, all from the comfort of your home country. That's right, you can achieve that American dream without the, well, actually being in America part. It's like ordering takeout, but instead of a burrito bowl, you're getting a glorious slice of capitalist pie. Now let's break down this bureaucratic beast, shall we? If you are a US citizen staying in the US, then you need to see my other video given in the description. This video is exclusively for non-residents and who want to open a company remotely in the US. First things first, you need to decide what kind of legal entity you're bringing into this world. Think of it like choosing between a pet goldfish and a hippopotamus. One requires relatively low maintenance, while the other, well, let's just say you'll need a bigger backyard and a much larger supply of paperwork. We're talking about LLCs versus corporations. LLCs, or limited liability companies, are the goldfish of the business world. They're relatively simple to set up and offer some personal liability protection, which is a fancy way of saying your personal assets won't be thrown to the wolves if your business goes belly up. Corporations, on the other hand, are the hippopotami. They're more complex, require more paperwork and compliance hoops to jump through, but they do offer some advantages, especially if you're planning on seeking major investment. The choice, my friend, is yours, but choose wisely, because unlike a bad haircut, this decision will have lasting consequences. For detailed information, visit the IRS website at www.irs.gov. Congratulations, you've chosen your business structure. Now it's time to give your entrepreneurial offspring a name. And no, My Awesome Startup Inc. just won't cut it. You need something catchy, memorable, and most importantly, available. Thankfully, the internet, in all its infinite glory, provides tools for this very purpose. Think of it like online dating, but instead of swiping left or right on potential soulmates, you're searching for domain names and checking for trademark infringements. Don't be afraid to get creative, but also be practical. A name that sounds like a death metal band might not be the best choice for your artisanal soap business, unless of course your target demographic is headbangers with a penchant for personal hygiene, in which case, rock on. Your business name must be unique and comply with state regulations. Conduct a name search on the website of the Secretary of State where you plan to incorporate. For example, if you choose Delaware, visit corp.delaware.gov. Okay, so you've got your business structure and a name that would make Shakespeare jealous. Now it's time to make it official, like a marriage certificate, but with less chance of ending in bitter divorce. This involves filling out forms, the bane of every entrepreneur's existence. But fear not, brave soul. This isn't some cryptic ancient scroll. We're talking straightforward online forms. You'll need to provide some basic information about your business, like your chosen name, business address, more on that later, and the all-important Employer Identification Number, or EIN, which we'll cover in a later chapter. It's like a social security number for your business, but with less chance of identity theft. Probably. Now, because you're registering your company remotely, you're going to need a trusty sidekick, a point person, a registered agent. This isn't some shadowy figure lurking in the dark corners of the internet. It's simply a person or company that agrees to receive official correspondence on your behalf. Think of them as your mail-loving best friend, the one who actually gets excited about jury duty summons and tax forms. This is crucial because U.S. law requires all businesses to have a physical address within the state where they're registered. Your registered agent provides that address and ensures you don't miss any important legal documents. Plus, it's just nice to have someone to forward your fan mail to, right? Companies like Northwest Registered Agent, www.northwestregisteredagent.com, and InkFile, www.inkfile.com, offer registered agent services. Remember that whole EIN thing we talked about earlier? Well, it's time to get you one. An EIN, or Employer Identification Number, is essentially a social security number for your business. It's used by the IRS to track your company's tax obligations, because even though you're running a business from a tropical island paradise, Uncle Sam still wants his cut. The good news is that applying for an EIN is relatively painless. You can do it online through the IRS website, and it's about as much fun as any interaction with the IRS can be. Just make sure you have all your ducks in a row, because the IRS is about as forgiving as a honey badger with a toothache. Non-residents can apply for an EIN online through the IRS website, www.irs.gov, or by mailing Form SS4. For assistance, you can call the IRS at +1 267 941 1099. You've got your business, your EIN, and probably a caffeine addiction from all the late-night brainstorming sessions. Now it's time to talk money. Specifically, where you're going to keep all those sweet, sweet profits. While you can technically operate a U.S. business with a foreign bank account, it's about as convenient as trying to hail a taxi in a rainstorm with a sock puppet. Trust me, opening a U.S. business bank account will make your life a whole lot easier. The good news is that several banks cater specifically to non-residents and offer online account opening. Of course, you'll still need to provide the usual documentation, like your passport, business formation documents, and maybe a blood sample or two. Okay, maybe not the blood sample, but you get the idea. Silicon Valley Bank, www.svb.com, and Mercury, www.mercury.com, are some of the banks that offer options for international entrepreneurs. Licenses and permits, the bureaucratic cherry on top of your entrepreneurial sundae. I know, it sounds about as much fun as a root canal. But here's the thing. Licenses and permits exist to protect both you and your customers. Plus, operating without the necessary permits can result in hefty fines, and nobody wants that, especially when you're trying to build a successful business. The specific licenses and permits you'll need will vary depending on your industry and location. Some common ones include general business licenses, sales tax permits, and professional licenses if you're in a regulated field like healthcare or law. Depending on your business type and location, you may need specific licenses and permits. Use the SBA's Small Business Administration website at www.sba.gov to find information on federal, state, and local licenses. Let's face it, taxes are about as much fun as a colonoscopy. But they're an unavoidable part of life, especially if you're running a business in the land of the free and the home of the Internal Revenue Code. As a non-resident business owner, you'll need to navigate both federal and state tax obligations. This can get a bit tricky, so it's highly recommended to consult with a qualified tax professional who can guide you through the process and ensure you're not accidentally committing tax fraud. Remember, ignorance is not a valid defense in the eyes of the IRS. They've heard it all before, and they're not buying it. Websites like www.taxjar.com and www.avalara.com offer resources and services for tax compliance. Congratulations, you've made it. You've registered your business, obtained all the necessary permits, and even filed your taxes on time. You're a bona fide American entrepreneur, even if you've never set foot on U.S. soil. But hold on, the journey doesn't end there. Running a business requires ongoing maintenance, kind of like that sourdough starter you nurtured during the pandemic. You'll need to file annual reports, renew licenses and permits, and stay informed about any changes to regulations. Think of it as the administrative equivalent of flossing. It's not the most exciting task, but it's essential for maintaining a healthy business. Websites like www.legalzoom.com can help with ongoing compliance services. So there you have it, a crash course on registering your company in the US from the comfort of your current location. Now that you know the steps, it's time to get started on your entrepreneurial journey in the US. Go forth and conquer, my friend, and remember, with a little hard work and a lot of paperwork, anything is possible. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them unless they involve advanced calculus or the meaning of life. Good luck!